So usually the best way to start is just like with you introducing yourself and like your music, and then I have a few questions and then open it up.
Yeah, sure. So I go by Nomad. I do hip hop, pop, uh, Latin music. I guess that's just kind of where the name comes from. It's because I guess I'm nomadic with my music, so I like to go all over the place and experiment,
Yeah.
like I'm sure a lot of people do.
Yeah. This is completely like off topic, but I noticed like the Audrey Hepburn poster in your back
Oh yeah,
and like my phone cases also.
that's
So
funny.
yeah, just a little thing. Um,
Yeah.
so my first question is just like, who are your biggest influences?
Oh man. Um, I got to think about. I think they're always changed depending on what I'm into, but there's always a couple that like that if I look back, I know that they were very instrumental into what I do now. Like I think Timbaland is one of them. So big. Um, like that was like my whole childhood was like well, I was just listening to the radio and every song I liked, I found out when I got older was produced by Timbaland. The Neptunes as well. So like, Pharrell, Chad Hugo, Justin Timberlake. Uh, I really liked what Fall Out Boy was really big into getting me to write at all. And yeah, I think that sums it up.
Yeah, that's cool. Like it's very like it's a good variety. I think that's
Yeah.
what's nice to have.
Yeah.
So kind of like going off of that, like who or what like inspires you, whether it's like your friends or your family or TV show, whatever.
Um hmm. it always it always depends. Like my last project was very inspired uh by real life, by like some by stuff that happened to me, which I hadn't done before.
Yeah.
Because usually I'd write from the experience of other people or from just like stories that I would make up, but yeah, it depends. I think now a lot of it is a lot of digging into my own personal life to maybe either exaggerate or maybe make something else entirely out of something that happened to me, uh like just make up a story. Like if I make up a story about uh I don't know, the lady that worked at the cash register at Publix, and uh I don't know, I'll try to think of something. I'll make up something about her to inspire a song or something. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally get you with that. Sometimes it's just like little things you're like that could be a cool idea and you just kind
Mhm.
of work with that. So my next question is just kind of like what is one goal you have for your music this year now that we're in 2021?
This year, I'm planning to put out something every month just to be more consistent and get my name out there a little more. So hopefully by this year, um, maybe we'll get back to normal and be able to have regular shows and all that. So I hope that because last year I was supposed to do this big county fair and then it got canceled. So I hope by if we can do that fair again uh, and have it be like normal, then I hope we have a good show and uh, get my name out to even more people.
Yeah. I I miss like just going to live shows because I feel like you always find like so much more talent than what you knew was like in your area, I guess.
Definitely, yeah.
So my next question is one of my favorites to ask, and it's just kind of like, how does your life influence your art? And going off of that, how does your art also influence your life?
Ooh, how does life influence my art? Well, it's funny because last year I wasn't. I wasn't planning to write an EP or anything like that. I just wanted to find things in my hard drive that I could finish up and just put out, just to put them out. Um, and then last year, I just had this weird like life experience that inspired like so many like my best songs, I think, and it just came off of that. It totally changed how I look at writing and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, how does art influence my life? I guess since I started doing it, I've been connecting to more people um like you who are also artists, and in turn we get to inspire each other in different ways. So that's really cool.
Yeah, for sure. So my last like official question, and then what I like to do after this is just kind of like open it up to whatever you'd want to talk about or want an audience to know, just to have like that kind of dialogue.
Yeah.
So yeah, my last question is really just like, what do you have in the works right now? Is there anything you'd want to plug, that kind of thing?
Oh, anything in the works. I what else? I put out a beat tape like last month. So I plan to do more of those. Though that was just like beats that I had sitting for like years on my computer. So I just plan to get out more things as much as I can. I wanna I wanna work with more people, write, produce,
Mhm.
you know. Um, but yeah, my main thing this year is just consistently put something out as often as possible.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the part where like I do like to just open it up and just have like these conversations and dialogues because I feel like there's not that many spaces where you get to have that, and I think it's important to also be able to have those conversations with other artists. So
Yeah, for sure. Um, so I've listened to some of your music, and it's really cool. It's very interesting.
thank
I
you.
wanted to I wanted to ask you what influenced you. 'Cause I'm trying to hear it, but I don't catch anything that sounds like somebody.
Yeah. So okay. Obviously, I have like one main project out right now and like one single, and that single was really just like a one-off to have fun with. It wasn't anything serious.
Yeah.
The EP that I put out in October, that one, it was very much like inspired by like what was going on with me at the time.
Hmm.
And also I kept saying like if I don't put something out now, I'll never do it. It might not be perfect, but I know if I don't put it out, I'm never going to.
Yeah.
And a lot of like influences in that in terms of lyrical writing at least are my biggest ones. I always say are like Bryson Tiller and Big Sean.
Mm.
Because there's one song on that EP that it's fully inspired by one song, one line in a song by Big Sean's last album. Like he
Wow.
said one line, and I was like, yeah, that's the song.
What was that line?
Um, it was in the song Full Circle, and he was like, tell the truth even if it hurts to.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah. So I guess you're a Libra, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
That's dope.
What about you?
I'm a Leo.
Nice. I feel like I don't actually know that many Leos. Like, there's just some that I know, like acquaintance wise, but not like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's funny because I feel like I know a lot of Libras.
Yeah, I'm realizing, like, even when I was working towards this, I started noticing there were like three of my friends, and like our birthdays were all like a week apart. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird, but cool.
That's wild. Where are you from?
I'm originally from West Virginia,
Okay.
but I go to school in upstate New York. So,
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
so one thing I just thought about this, but I know you said you wanted to work with more people and like
Mhm.
producing and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, this isn't like public knowledge yet, but I am working on like a project and I'd love to have more producers help on it if you'd be interested.
Absolutely. Yeah. Send something my way and I'll just so I can get a vibe of something, or we could even, you know, do one of these again and just figure out something.
Yeah, because I feel like my music's changing a little bit in terms of like content and sound almost.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of just to reflect where I'm at in life. Like it's not the same place I was at a few months ago, which is fine.
Yeah. Who are you who are you listening to now?
Uh, I'm constantly listening to Bryson Tiller. That's like,
Mm,
but I also really love like Kiana Lede and Kehlani. I listen to a lot of A Boogie. That's just, you know,
that's dope.
yeah. And today I was listening to her because, yeah,
She's amazing. I haven't gotten super into it, but what I've heard, I'm like, wow, you know.
yeah. And then I don't know, last night I wanted to listen to Tupac, so it was just
Yeah. I've been on this weird like Sade binge for like months.
yeah.
Like every day I'm just like I put on one of their albums, like it's wild. And then like I got into, what was it? I started listening to Wham yesterday.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just like whatever's happening, like you just kind of want to hear something.
Yeah, for sure.
So, okay, I have a question because I like asking other producers this.
Mhm.
What would you say is like the thing that you struggle with most when it comes to producing? Because, like, I know I hate mixing vocals, but like,
Mixing vocals is like the worst thing. I think, well, I've gotten better at mixing my own vocals and my own music, but the other day I was mixing for another artist, um, that was like a mutual friend of mine from college, and it was such a pain to mix her stuff. I mean, luckily she sounds really good and everything, but it was just a whole nother thing to mix someone else's vocals than my own.
yeah,
But yeah,
see,
yeah, mixing for sure is I hate it. uh, like mixing, mastering, all of that. Um, Honestly, I have a lot of trouble with drums, like just making them sound, just making them knock. Like I can't.
mm, I'm still learning like all the time. Every day something new.
Definitely.
No, it's funny you say that about vocals because I had to do the opposite the other day where I hate mixing mine, but like
Mm.
they're the only ones I've had to mix. But then me and my friend did a collab and I went to mix her vocals. And I was so happy with how hers turned out on the song. And I think it's because a lot of it came from like she didn't have the equipment with her at the time and she had to like do it on her phone and GarageBand, but like we still made it sound good.
Wild.
I mean, it helps that she's an amazing singer. Like that's
Mhm.
a big part of it. But like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
no. I think myself, I'm not like an amazing singer. Like I can carry a tune, but I'm not Frank Ocean or anything. So it's so I always hear it. I'm like, oh, this is awful.
I'm the same way. I can't stand to hear my own voice half the time.
Yeah. Yeah,
And that's
I wanted to ask you, has there what's like I guess for lack of a better word, what's like a weird compliment you have heard, or a weird comment on your music that you've heard?
um that's a good question. Like everyone's always telling me that it's very like I've heard different vibes about it. Like there was someone that told me it gives me no name vibes. I was like, okay, cool.
Oh,
And
that's who you remind me of. Wow. Yeah.
And then like the interlude on my EP, someone was like, "Yeah, it gives me what did they say? Jill Scott meets like Beyonce, like old Beyonce." And I was like, "Okay, thank you. Like that's an honor. I don't hear it, but thank you."
That's awesome.
Just little things and just being like, because I feel like it's a sound that you don't hear often.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Mm.
I remember I was playing a song for some friends of mine, and they were like kind of paying attention, but not really. Like the music was on in the background, and then um, some of my friends were aware that it was me and that I was playing it, and then afterwards they were like, "Oh, that was really good." And then someone else was like, "That was you?" I thought that was like Frank Ocean, and I was like, "Thank you."
It's always funny because, like, after I finish a song, I will forget all of the lyrics. So there are times where people will start like singing them, like my friends will sing them to me, and I'm like, "Wow, that sounds really familiar. Where's it from?" And then I'm like, "Oh my god, I wrote that."
That's wild. You got do you have any sort of because I know that Libra was like your first project, right?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you have any because I can't listen to my first project like at all. I did it when I was 17 and I didn't put it out until I was 19.
Yeah.
So even when I put it out, I was like, ugh, like just to get it out, just to get it
Yeah.
out of here. So I wonder if you got any sort of lines or anything of yours that you like cringe at.
Um, hmm. I feel like if I went back to stuff that I don't have the files for anymore or like that never got released, I know I would with those.
Uh,
But there's one song on the EP that like sometimes I can't hear it. Like it's not that it's bad. I'm just like, why did I write that? I know why I wrote it. Like I remember feeling what I felt and just putting it into words. And I was like, well, this one can be kind of fun. And it's the song Area Codes. Like I can't listen to it anymore just because. And it's so like there's these little hints that if you know my life, it's so specific. Like 304, 505, 518, like those area codes are so they're
yeah,
so specific. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
like specific to like to people that you're talking about, or just like
Yeah, because 304 is like my area code, like my phone number from my hometown.
uh,
And then 505 is the guy that a lot of the songs are about.
oh, gotcha.
And then 518 is Albany in college where we met. So it's just like,
Oh,
I don't think he ever heard it, but like,
that's wild. Yeah, I did. I was with this is this good friend of mine. We're still close, but like we don't talk like we used to. Like we're just cordial.
yeah.
That which sucks, but it's fine. We just haven't seen each other in person in a long time. But um, she goes to school in North Carolina, this like mountain town called Boone. So whenever we talked and we were getting to know each other, she was like, "Oh, like I go to school like in the mountains and all that." And I'm in Miami, so she was like, "Oh, like uh can't wait to visit you someday to like go to the beach and whatever." And so the first song I wrote for my EP was at the beginning of lockdown in March, and it was oh, like thank God for technology. She can hear me in the mountains while I sing from the beach. And then like she was the first person to hear that song, and she liked it. She likes it.
Yeah.
And then because I planned to put out that EP around her birthday, and I was gonna put that out as a single on her birthday. And so she was like, just put out the whole album on my birthday, and we could do like a birthday party slash release party, whatever. And so I did because I'm stupid, but but we did it. I flew out, and then it was just so awkward, and uh, she had a new boyfriend by the time I was there, and oh, I don't think she's heard the whole EP yet because I remember I told her like a lot of these songs are about you because I'm like if she's gonna hear it, she's gonna know, so I might as well tell her.
Yeah,
And so I told her, and I don't think she's listened to it since it came out. But
yeah. Like
I mean, a
there's
lot of slaps.
yeah, like there's one line in the last song on mine, and it's like, if you want to be a rapper, that's cool. You do you. And the thing is, when I wrote it, I was kind of playing off of something he had said in a song that he was on.
Oh,
And I was like, yeah, I'm not mad at that line. I like the line, but I was like, yeah, that might be weird. Especially because he was like, I'm excited to hear your EP, but I don't think he did. So we'll see.
yeah, definitely. I don't know. I feel like musicians are terrible people to be with. I wouldn't want to be with a musician. Like,
I've joked about it sometimes. I'm like, can you imagine like you fall in love with a rapper and like you guys break up and next thing you know, that's a whole 10-song album just about how you broke their heart. Like, but I say it like I wouldn't do the same thing. So it's
yeah,
just like,
yeah,
yeah.
no, yeah. It's funny because I can't listen to my other music because before that EP that I put out, all of my music was totally like fabricated. Like every love song I had made was like made up because I never felt like anything serious for anyone before.
Yeah.
And this was like the first time that it was like something real. And then so I wrote like five of my best songs about that, and then I put it out, and I can still listen to those songs, like appreciate them, like actually like them. So I mean, that's like a good outcome of it, I think.
I the thing like with the songs I've put out, I can listen to them sometimes. I
Mhm.
think the best part is that they in no way are they like painting either one of us as like a bad person. And I'm
Mm,
happy I did that because I don't think that person is like terrible. Like
yeah,
he's a cool kid. It's just
yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
I
Yeah,
mean, some stuff I've written about like my very first love when I was like 16, 17. I don't know if that's as nice, but I haven't looked at it in years, so I don't know.
I don't. Yeah, I started writing when I was 14, 15, and it started. I started just writing about this girl that I really liked in high school, and then at some point when because I grew up in Georgia and I moved out, I moved to Miami. So when I moved out, I like, or like right before I moved out, I wrote like one last song about her, and that was it. Like nothing else has been about her.
Yeah,
Just nice, just to get rid of that.
yeah. One thing I do remember is like I started taking piano when I was in fifth grade.
Mhm.
So I think one of the first songs I ever tried to write was my own version of like Beauty and the Beast. And I don't remember why I wanted to do it so badly. But I had my little manuscript book and I was just putting random notes and words in it.
That's so funny.
I don't know where it is now, but maybe it's a hit that will never be made.
I know.
You know?
One of my, because I was in a band when I was in high school, when I was like really young, and my friend still has an idea that I kicked to him when I was 15, and he was like, "No, like that shit is really good. Like I'm trying to use it still."
Yeah, that's crazy. Like when I was in high school, me and my friend and a few other people that we knew from like choir and stuff,
Mhm.
we had always said like, yeah, like we're gonna be a label together, da da da. But the thing is, like we didn't know what we were doing, and half the people were graduating. So now, like this past summer, two of those people that we went to high school with, we saw each other at like a family event because one of them, his brother, was dating my friend's cousin. So it was like we were all there.
Uh-huh.
And he came up to us and he was like, yeah, like I think I want to do this label thing and I think you guys would be like the people to do it with.
Wow.
And now we're actually taking it seriously. And it's just like it's crazy to think that we had this idea years ago, but we weren't ready for it yet.
Wow. That's awesome.
And it's like the best team I could ever ask for. So
That's amazing. Yeah, because I'm still good friends with like he's like my brother, the guy that I was in a band with, and whenever it's just me and him, we write like dope shit together and stuff. But um when we were in a band, like me, him, and like other people, we could never get all of us on the same page to like actually do anything.
mm,
So, because we were like mad young, and we would just fuck around at band practice, and we'd written like so many songs, and we'd play them, but we never recorded them because none of us had like a microphone or like anything. So,
yeah. Now it's like with like my people, it's weird because it's like now when we get together, because I wasn't as close with the other two people, Isaac and Johnny, like we weren't that close in high school. But
mm,
now when we're all together, like the way like we flow off of each other to write is like ridiculous, and I love it.
very cool.
And it'll just be like little things, like one flow, like I could be like, yeah, like I have this one lyric, but I don't know what to say next. And he'll say it, and then either me or Jada or someone will just be like, oh, try this, and it works.
Yeah, I think I've only ever gotten into. I've never had like a team of people. It's always. I guess now I have somewhat of a team, but whenever I'm working on something, I send I send a rough idea to the site group chat where it's just me, my buddy Juan, who's like a crazy ass like producer, and my friend Ryan, who's like a really great writer, and she produces stuff as well. So I'll send it to them, and they'll give me some ideas. Like, I remember one time Juan said like this song is like too repetitive. You need to add a bridge, and like it's really catchy, it's really good, but you need to add a bridge because it's gonna get stale. So I did, and Ryan will be like, I know you can sing better than that. Like, like do that again. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, I haven't been in a room with those people in like a year because of everything.
I feel like the only reason we were able to be together is because, well, we can't now because I'm the one that's never there.
Mm,
Because, like, it's back home, they're back home in West Virginia, and then I'm here at school for the next 3, 4 months.
yeah.
So we call each other and we have our group chat. And anytime I see something that could be beneficial to all of us, I'm like, let me just send this over, see what they think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, okay. Um, back to your new thing that you're working on.
Hmm.
What kind of sound are you looking for? Or are you just looking for like, I don't know. Tell me anything.
Okay. So there's a few jokes I make about it, and then there's kind of like the sound inspiration that I'm feeling. Like sound wise, I'm really thinking like Trap Soul by Bryson Tiller, like that album.
Okay.
Anything Big Sean, just because I love him.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. There was someone else. Like maybe it's like a hint of like a boogie because like I feel like I'm always listening to like that kind of New York rap scene and I do love it. And then like lyric wise, it's very much so just like being in your power and like not dealing with any more bullshit. Like I
Okay.
don't have time. And I just keep saying like someone's son might be mad at me by the end of the year, but I'm okay with that because I want to make bad bitch music right now because
I
that's
feel that. Yes.
how I'm feeling. Like I just feel like I'm growing and like I want other people to feel that way, like with me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so just you're looking for are you looking for something smooth or like a little more aggressive?
Well, okay. So I have a few producers I've worked with so far, and I think theirs are a little more smooth, but I'm definitely down to have something that's more aggressive too, to kind of like balance and contrast it.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm down for both, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll look into what I have and then I'll try to make because I've never done like that kind of like modern like trap soul type of stuff before. So I definitely love to try it out and
Yeah,
see what I can do.
I mean, definitely. I'm just always down to work with other people. It's something I enjoy. So,
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
and that's another thing. With my label, my team, those are always artists that are down to work with people. Like I always plug them to like producers and artists for collabs. So like you could hit up any of us and we'd be like, yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Um, that label you're talking about, that's the one in your bio, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll get into that.
yeah. We don't have like we're still working on getting like our Instagram stuff like
Mhm.
more. Like we just finished our mission statement the other day, and then well, me and Jada have our song coming out in less than 2 weeks now,
Cool.
and yeah, there's little clips of us like recording on our Instagram, so that's
Okay. Yeah, for sure. I'll probably send you like random stuff I had, and if you want to use it, or if you know someone else in your team would like it, then
yeah, for
well,
sure. Yeah. I just want to say this before I forget, but like genuinely, like thank you for being a part of like this artist on artist thing.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's just it's nice that people have been like interested in doing it.
Yeah, I just think people want exposure, which so
Yeah,
it's good.
I don't know if they'll get the best exposure from me because like I don't have the biggest following, but like
Oh, me neither, but
yeah,
I'll put you onto like my 12 people, you put me onto your 12 people. So-
exactly. I don't know. I think it's been like really fun though because these are like conversations I don't get to have every day.
I know. Yeah,
I love it just having like all the conversations.
yeah. This is awesome because I don't get to talk to like artists that often. Yeah, this is great.
And that's just like with different kinds of artists too.
Uh,
Because like the other day, the girl that I did my one of these with, she's a film composer. Like that's completely different from like.
Oh yeah,
And then the guy before that, he was an audio engineer. Like he goes to school for that. So it's just like different things to talk about each time.
that's awesome. Yeah,
And the fact that so many people were like, yeah, like I want to be on it. And I was like, okay, cool. Thank you.
yeah. I think this is just a great way for everyone to get a little bit of exposure. You know.
Yeah. And that's what I want it to be. I just want it to be like this space to be able to be like, to talk and like talk about your work and things like that. Because I feel like there's not enough of those, especially for like smaller artists.
Definitely.
So at least we're making something.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Wow. Um, yeah, again, thanks for having me. This is so fun. It's great to meet you, I guess, like this.
Yeah. I mean, it works, you know,
Hmm.
especially in a pandemic. At least there's this.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay. This is really random, but like, the Audrey Hepburn thing, I do want to ask, what would you say is like your favorite like movie of hers?
Uh I gotta go with I gotta go with Roman Holiday.
Mm,
It's-
a classic.
yeah.
I love the How to Steal a Million. That one was just,
Ooh, that one's good too.
yeah, I love her.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah,
Oh,
truly an icon, a legend.
oh, I know. Yeah, she's one of those that's like one of those people that's so iconic. Even like I think her silhouette alone is like so iconic, and she was just yeah, like you can't put it into words.
Yeah,
Like there won't be another one of her for like a long time.
yeah. And like even like reading like her autobiography, like her biography at one point,
Mhm,
like the things she did just because she could.
mhm,
Like she was very big with like UNICEF and she was really involved in the work she was doing.
yeah.
Yeah, she was just great. But yeah. Well, um, if there's anything else you want to talk about, can. If not, it's cool.
I'm I'm good. I can't think of anything.
That's
Just
totally fine. But yeah, no, thank you for being a part of this. It means a lot to me personally because, you know, very
no,
new thing.
no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.